Oh, so cursed, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard. Oh, so cursed, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard.
the man, the king, the god of this shit, Nick fucking Gage. And I'm here to let you motherfuckers know that the Blvd Bullies versus the World is a podcast every Tuesday at 7 p.m. live with Larry, the motherfucking legend. And they got a motherfucking new mission and a statement. And they're telling me to tell everyone that they say, fuck everyone that always takes the low road and to their enemies die slow, motherfuckers. MDK all fucking day.
Christ, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
What's up, everybody? Bad Take Bry here, Blvd Bullies with a goddamn news update. An anniversary of sorts. Not only is this the 10th edition of the goddamn news, but it will be the final news of 2023. A goddamn New Year news update, if you will. First, I would like to thank all of my fellow degenerates for joining me on streamxpw.com for one coming night, also known as Merry Christmas 2. The Jews got 8 crazy nights of Hanukkah, Jesus freaks get 12 days of Christmas, and XPW fans got one coming night with me, Jewberg. A huge success as the chat's walls were saturated with ejaculations of enthusiasm. Fuck a partridge in a pear tree. A wild, wild night filled with blood, tits, holiday cheer, and luscious long dong Larry the fucking legend. Go acquire the replay now on streamxpw.com. The next stop is Houston, Texas, where XPW will go fucking loco with Loco Wrestling. Saturday, January 27th at the Houston Premier Arena. Livin' La Vida Come. Available to purchase also on streamxpw.com. The Blvd Bullies will not be in attendance again until February 24th when XPW returns to the shithole Newark, New Jersey, and we come upon the Heart Ballroom's walls. We'll be running goddamn wild, so eat your weed vitamins and say your fucking pathetic prayers to your non-existent God. There is no God, there is only Schlack. To every guest that joined Blvd Bullies vs. the World, to Andy Lawler and the Deathmatch Elite, to Rob Black, Cat Martini, and the XPW family, to my beautiful, amazing, big-breasted fiance, Amanda, and to every person that takes the time to talk shit, hate, or love us, thank you, fuck you. 2024 is going to be the year of the Blvd Bullies, so I am calling to all of our loyal fans, the Bulls of the Wood, to spread the word of Blvd Bullies versus the World, live, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. EST on YouTube. Always take the low road, to our enemies, die slow. I'm Bad Take Bry, Blvd Bullies, fuck your new year. This was a goddamn news update. See you sick fucks soon.
Oh, so Christ, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
Wow. Yo, yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying to yourself. Are we 10 minutes into the show already? The answer is yes. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the World. It's a podcast. I am your host, PK with the BLVD, and unfortunately, this right here in my fingers is the world's smallest violin, playing the world's saddest song for 89-year-old Kevin Gill, who had scheduling issues. You know, when you are living your life Monday through Sunday with a vitamin box and, you know, like just taking your Centrum Silvers and just trying to just keep alive for the next week, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you don't realize that you had actually dialysis scheduled for Tuesday at 7 p.m. or maybe a bingo night or maybe a square dancing class. So rest in peace, Kevin Gill. May you forever be buried eternally in the eyes of Blvd Bullies. And you know what? That goes for everybody else who eats vitamins. Anyway, I'm PK with the BLVD, and I am joined by our co-hosts, conspicuous by his absence, a man who had to attend his all-star basketball playing son's basketball game last week, in which that child scored 73 points. Now, Sean got COVID. He got COVID just from watching the ICW stream, and we're going to get into that a little bit later. So rest in peace, potentially, hopefully not, to the Deathmatch Doctor, DMD, Ringside Sean, sole proprietor and owner of Ringside Relics. Follow, purchase, check it out. And for those of us who are members of the Blvd Bullies who are still alive, let me introduce a man who just finished the greatest Hanukkah of his entire life. A man who said a Hebrew prayer on this program just last week. The man who is responsible for over, how many guests? Over 15 guests in the last year. And you know what? This motherfucker just decided over the summer to start. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who will punch you right in your face and kill you with just one swing. The administrator. The moderator. The motherfucking mayor. Bad Take Bri, the merch guy. Ladies and gentlemen.
Exist.
Oh, you
God
were muted.
damn it.
You were muted that whole time. It's fine.
Doesn't matter.
Ladies and gentlemen, also joining us, a man who is a former boat owner. And you know what, Larry, you might have had a little bit better luck taking that boat, sailing it from New York City through the Panama Canal and all the way over to California. You might have made it on time if you had your boat. Ladies and gentlemen, former Showcase Showdown winner, fresh off of L.A., disheveled, but still legendary, my wrestling father, Larry the Legend.
Thank you, Pat. You outdo yourself every week, and you're right. Maybe if I wouldn't have sold that boat, I would have had a better time, an easier time making it across the country to make it for the show on time. I did get there, and I did the lion's share of what I was called on to do, but I was tardy for the party. So
I mean, in the last 25 years, how many shows have you been late to?
I mean, late that the show had to start.
Yeah, like after the show started, like weren't there for the opening.
I would say this would probably be the third time that this has ever happened in my career. The third time where it's like I'm walking up and I'm already hearing like the bumps in the crowd, and I'm like, oh god. So yeah, it sucked. It sucked, but I had a lot of inspiration in the form of our co-host there, Bad Take Bri, who would not let me give up. In my hey, come on, I'm on the podcast and you can't just be doing your thing here, okay?
She wants attention, Larry.
I know. Well, she missed me. I was gone for a few days. But Bad Take Bri and Schlack, the human meat grinder, both would not let me give up. And I all thought, well, all hope was lost. And I was like, you guys are just going to have to do this shit without me. They were like, oh, no, hell, we won't. No, hell, we won't. They were like, let's go. We'll help you find it. We're getting you over there. And I was there. An hour late, but I was there.
Dude, and I will say that you didn't start the show, but once you walk through the goddamn door, the vibe just completely gets elevated.
Well, that's the thing. As much as I was beating myself up on just making an amateur move of not getting to the airport with enough time, during which I realized this is holiday season. Like, to me, holiday season, you keep taking my headset off, okay? If you're gonna be up here, then you can be up here, but you can't take my headset off, all right?
I can't find
God
a
damn
lighter.
it.
This is the final episode.
Yeah, I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens. I didn't know where I was going with that, but it was an amateur move. I
So what
felt
happened?
like I let
The
it.
airport was just absolutely flooded and packed, and
Oh,
like so all the lines were longer, and you just didn't have enough time that you thought you did.
so here's what exactly happened. For whatever reason, whenever I try to buy my seats and my bag for Spirit through the app, it gives me an error message that says, "Oops, can't do it right now. Try later." And no matter how many times I try later, it just keeps saying,
Oh my
"Oops,
God, hold
can't do
on,
it right
Larry, I
now."
gotta stop you. I'm sorry, I gotta interrupt you.
Yeah, it's
John
okay.
fucking Richter just dropped $30 super chat. Happy holidays to y'all. Mad
I mean,
love to you guys.
ejaculating upon all of our
I just
walls.
ejaculated.
Yeah,
Making us come. That's what Richter
Johnny
does.
always gets the ball rolling.
Yo,
Make
that's
the balls
so
come.
that's so lovely and so nice. And by the way, we have a great show. We're gonna do giveaways. We're gonna read the comments from last
Yeah.
week. We're gonna talk all about fucking Mick Foley. We're gonna talk about the Heart Ballroom. Brian, you're gonna break down XPW from a viewer's perspective, and we're
One
gonna get
coming
Larry's
night, one
boots on the
coming night.
ground. We may or may not
But
be
let's
joined.
keep talking about me though. Let's keep talking
No,
about me.
of course we're going to. And we may
Yeah.
or may not be joined by now famous from Eat the Turnbuckle, not even wrestling, El Schlacko. But yeah, Larry, continue on with your story. Thank you, John fucking Richter. $30. Guess what that is? That's a song and a half of us on your lap. So you just fucking come in your pants as much as you want while watching this program. Carry on, Larry.
We do it on the walls. Keep our pants clean.
Yeah, I guess I never really had to travel during December, so I didn't realize that the week before. Oh shit, what's going on? What is
Uh-oh.
is everyone there?
Yeah, we're here. We're here. We got you.
All of a sudden it's saying like Zoom meeting. I don't know what's going on.
That's what you're in. Oh.
Okay. Your
Okay.
notification.
Okay. All right.
You're good. You're
I mean,
good.
you look good.
So I didn't know it was gonna be that way. And yes, Pat, at the time that my flight was departing 6 a.m., all the other airlines had 6 a.m. departing flights. So there was truly a bottleneck of people trying to get these 6 a.m. flights. And the thing that got me so tight, is that after all the people had either been told, "Oh, you missed your flight," or had gotten through or gotten to the gate in time, it didn't became dead in the airport, and all the employees were like on their phones, scratching their butts, flirting with each other, like not giving a fuck about anything. And I'm like, you guys knew that at 6 a.m. it was gonna be like all hands on deck. So like, why didn't you like work?
It sounds like they did, and then they were enjoying the post-rush glow.
No.
And you were the only schlub sitting in the airport.
No. There were quite a few of us. There were quite a few of us actually. But I guess my point is like, coming from a coffee background, that from 8 to 10,
Right.
everybody needs to get to work. And everybody's gonna hit up the coffee shop between 8 to 10 to fucking get their coffee.
That's
So
the rush.
that's when you have your best, your brightest, your fastest, your most skilled, your most whatever, right on the front line to do your job. But these people seem to be like moving at a snail's pace during a very high volume time. And then like kind of like, all right, we did a shitty job. Let's chill. I was furious.
So, and then you're sitting in the airport waiting for like the next available flight. And
Oh no. So they told me you can be rebooked. Because this happens.
right.
It costs $99 to be rebooked. But the next Spirit flight out was at 7 o'clock that night. Not getting into LA till 11:35.
Oh no.
So since I'm a skilled traveler, I use things like Cheapo Air, Hopper, and I just put the criteria in both of them and let them start doing their work. And there was one flight, Pat. There was one flight to Los Angeles, reasonably priced actually, left at 1:50 in the afternoon.
Oh, still brutal.
Layover in Chicago, connect and get to LA at 7:35. Now, actually, I got to LA at 7:35, but you know what it's like when you land.
And you probably had a panic attack the whole entire way, looking at the clock.
No, dude, I'm sleeping.
Oh, okay.
Sleeping.
But the plane lands, and you can't get off this shit fast enough. Basically.
The stressful part is when you fucking land and then have to fucking get your baggage.
So
even just sitting on the plane waiting for them to like. I'm sorry. Go on.
It wasn't just that. It was like what can go wrong will go wrong. So not only did we sit there for that long time for the thing to come up, it's like then when I went to go try to get my bags, like they were taking forever. Like, and all of the people from off of the plane were standing around me. It was so long that I was able to go out and smoke a cigarette and come back, and they still hadn't even started dropping.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
So finally I got it, and this kind-hearted guy with no teeth that I guess kind of sized me up and was like, this is my people. He mentioned that he was going to Van Nuys, and I was like, oh, so am I. And he's like, oh, well, I got to wait for my ride. And I'm like, well, I'm going to go get this rental. Since you're going to Van Nuys, I can't drop you off wherever the fuck you're going, but I'll get you to Van Nuys if you want to ride with me. And his name is Brian, actually.
Whoa.
And Brian is a born-again Christian. And he was just talking my ear off about his girlfriend and how things went sour between them and how he had just gone to do a construction work.
It's like John Candy in Trains, Planes, and Automobiles.
Exactly.
The greatest polka player. Oh, that's Home Alone. That's Home Alone.
That's Home Alone.
Yeah, that's Home Alone. Same guy, though. The devil.
Same guy.
Yeah, right.
He's riding with
Uncle
me.
Buck.
Yeah, he is.
Some fucking demon angel. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what he really is. Who like helps out at a cost. But
at a cost of a few years.
Fucking so I get the car. Oh, okay. So yeah, had to wait for the bags. They were taking forever. Had to wait for the staircase to come up to let us out. That was taking forever. I'm Avis preferred, which means that once I arrive, as long as the money's on my card, I can like walk to my car and get it. Not this night.
Oh,
not
Jesus.
this night. Every single
hold on.
preferred person.
Hold on, Larry. I gotta stop you. Urka super chat.
I was wondering where Irk was.
$10.
I was wondering where Irk was.
Yo, by the way, Urka on Twitch, where I just play video games like randomly for a few hours, 50 months subscriptions. Logan Stein, who you guys know, 45 months. You guys
like I said when I was muted, there is no Santa, there is no God, but there is Blvd Bullies. And thank you for believing in us.
Yo, that's really
so look, that's enough out of me though. It was hell. But I did it.
So wait, what happened with you and this guy? You rode with this guy?
Oh, so we rode to Van Nuys. I did 81 miles an hour down that fucking whatever it is, the 405. I got there at 9 o'clock on the dot. All the while, text from Cat Martini, text from Schlack, text from Roberto Negro. I'm driving as fast as I can. I can't really talk to y'all. Just know that I'm trying as hard as I can. I was trying to use ESP to be I'm coming as fast as I can.
Just you know what you got to do is just share your location so they don't even have to ask you.
They knew what the situation was, Brian.
I know.
And they were trying to be just smoke signals, get here. But I got there at 9 o'clock on the dot. After the second match, I guess it was Ron McDonald versus Mecca. Yep. And
great match.
And I went out there and started the show, and there were signs, and they were loud, and they know what to say. Larry. And you know what I do? I stand there and I pretend wait, you're saying my name? And when they see me pretending I'm wait, you're saying my name, they say it more. And I'm you are saying my name. I like when you say my name. And then they start to really say it. So, yeah, it was... Oh, but Pat, after 21 years, it's That is not legendary.
I can feel
Being late,
your
that is
stress.
not
I can
legendary.
feel the stress.
It was not legendary. But the show was.
Everything was great. And honestly, I will say that for you not being there, the intro to the show with Robert and
This is what
Schlack
I've heard. This is what I've
crushed
heard.
it. Like that it was different. And
Yeah.
and I thought
So
they
what
killed
happened? Rob came out first, and then Schlack came out, or they came out
it.
together?
They came
No,
out together like husband and wife.
No. Rob came out. Rob came out, and then Schlack came out to discuss his creative control.
So they started with like a segment.
He face smushed Robert. He face smushes Robert.
I think that is great. That sounds
great.
awesome.
It was great shit. It was great shit. But it was
like, especially on the fly, like, you know.
The first match had no commentary. It was Tarzan versus Rob shit. And it was just it was like very Japanese. It was like no commentary. They didn't put commentary on.
That doesn't sound like the worst thing in the world either.
No, in one coming night, the chat room that we were in on streamxpw.com, everybody was saying how it was not bad. Like they were enjoying the no commentary on this first match. Very Japanese-esque. It was just like not to pull the curtain
back fully, but one of our locker room leaders, XPW Women's Champion Mickey Knuckles, was like, despite
friend of the show, friend of the Bullies,
great friend of ours, said despite everything that went wrong, and we all know what went wrong, it all went so right, the wrongs, that the show is just like a banger.
Right, I thought it was very funny because like who they brought on to commentary was Stephen Jury, and as we know,
Stephen motherfucking shit.
As we know, Stephen Jury and Larry don't get along. So once Larry arrived, the banter between them was fucking funny as shit. It was all very good.
Son of a bitch.
No.
I don't know why he's there.
All right, so like that's a good little preview. I want to go match by match and talk about both of your experiences, both on the other side of the stream and Larry's experience of the XPW LA show. However, I think that talking about Stephen Jury is a good transition into talking about what happened on this show last week. Because it was a different show for us. It was a lightning rod program. You know, full disclosure. I mean, let's just talk about it.
Pull the curtain.
You know, like, so we all know that Larry and Steven don't get along. So we were going to have Judge Joe on, who was a very highly requested guest. And, you know, we're fans of him, right? And so Brian had the idea, you know, listen, like, I think there's a thing here between Larry and this guy's lawyer. Maybe the lawyer pops in and they argue and there's like some kind of drama and that can like continue on into XPW, which, by the way, sounds like it did with the commentary. So, Brian, you were like kind of clairvoyant and right on the fucking money. But we did not think... So that was like a little garnish on what we thought was just going to be a normal run-of-the-mill, relaxed, non-work Blvd Bullies interview with Judge Joe. And then this little twerp was going to come on at the end and fucking like say some shit, whatever. And so... and that's what we all kind of expected to happen. And it went completely the opposite way. They were just both fully in character, Brian.
Yes. It was I fucking loved it. I especially love that Jury comes in first and then like botches it and like apologizes and leaves real quick. Because Schlack was still there. He definitely thought that he was messing things up. But I thought it was very funny. Everybody complaining should just shut up and be entertained.
See, that's what I loved about it most. I loved that we were doing a thing that had the chat going nuts, yelling at us. And I got sent memes. People made memes. Several different viewers, Bren and others, made memes that said they replaced the "if Cena wins, we riot." It's "if Blvd Bullies do another shoot interview," or no, a work interview, we riot. If Blvd Bullies do another work interview, we riot.
Well, I mean, it's really not our
barricades
vibe.
in the chat. We want barricades broken in this chat.
Larry, what was your take on it? What was going through your mind while it was happening?
Well, coming from the first guest, I guess,
You were the
It's like
first major.
It's like what if I came on and was like not talking about like what you thought I was going to talk about, but I was like being like, and the next time I see Danny DeMonto, like, you know, like,
Let me tell you something else, brother.
yeah. And Mittens in the UK, like if I was like fucking shooting on shoes, all these guys, you know, I don't know if we would have really been to a point where we would be having guests.
Well, and you know, it's funny. The first person that we did have as a guest besides Larry was Masada, and Pat acquired that one. That was your one and only guest that you ever acquired us, Patrick.
That's all I needed to do.
Well, that's not true either. We've had guests before. We had Man Bun Jesus. We had Bull James.
Yeah.
I
was in charge of the guests when the show was a little bit more well-rounded.
Oh, shush. Shush your mouth.
Yeah, you did have guests. JT Cason, I believe, was a guest.
Hey,
Mittens
and you know,
was a guest.
remember when Masada
They hit each other with tubes.
when he went completely up in flames? I texted the group and I was like, "Yo, you know what? I think that I want to ask Masada if he wants to be on this show."
Legendary.
And almost all of you were like, "Yo, maybe we should just leave him alone. He just burned himself alive." Like, nah, come on, Masada's our oldest. He's our oldest friend. We could do. And he came on and he had those bandages on.
Yeah,
I did, dude.
So everybody hated that Judge
So again,
Joe
what if
Jury
Masada would
Judy.
have came on like, like
In
acting
character?
like I would have get Drake, like
I'm gonna
it's not
get
our
Schlack,
vibe.
Schlack comes on in character to a certain extent. Well, I guess Schlack's just always Schlack.
I mean, exactly. You
Schlack's
answered
just
your
Schlack.
own
Well,
thing,
Brian,
yeah.
it's either Schlack or El Schlacko. It's two different things.
I guess
He
what
also-
I'm
he came
trying
in
to
with a
say.
wig. He had
I
a
guess
wig
what I'm
on
trying to
Right,
say.
he did
you
have
know,
the haircut.
we wanna be weary of like the Armand Tarzanian episode of The Simpsons, where they just retconned everything that the fans had come to know and love about the show and was like, oh yeah, sometimes we just do zany things.
Yeah, I thought it was great. The fact that everybody hated it made me love it even more. Like I thought it had so many great layers to it. Brian, what are you drinking out of your tiny mug? What was that?
It's a juice beatbox, a beatbox
Yeah.
alcoholic drink, and it's 11.1%.
It's like a wine cooler.
It's $3.99 in the store.
Yeah,
$3.99.
someone gave one to me at the Heart
11.1.
Ballroom, actually.
Jeez Louise.
11. And look, it comes in several different flavors.
111.
I have this pink lemonade one that is.
Ooh, that
coming
looks
after
delicious.
This one,
Yeah.
is fucking awesome.
You're gonna
Recommend.
enjoy it.
It's blue. I wonder what color I guess it might be pink.
So yeah, I just
You're
long
gonna
story
enjoy it.
short about the interview. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. I was having a great time in all aspects, and I loved them. Like I wasn't laughing at them. I was just like laughing, just enjoying.
You were jovial.
Yeah,
in the moment.
and you know what? Because they both did a great job in what they were trying to do, but it was just so funny. It was just great. It was just great.
And
There was
dude,
many
I'm gonna
layers
say,
to
I'm
it.
gonna repeat this again. You and Stephen Jury sounded good together. I missed Ron. Shout out Ron. He got hernia surgery.
Oh, at the
So,
show.
get
You mean
well
on
soon.
commentary at this XPW show?
Yeah. They said like you and Jury had good chemistry. Good chemistry together because of you. I guess even if it's because you don't like each other, it's still added to it. That's my 2 cents.
Brian, what I don't like is just all of a sudden a motherfucker pops up.
Well, to be
I
fair, he
said-
had to pop up because you were late.
That is not what I'm referencing. I'm talking about this individual's emergence in XPW as a playable character. We all know Judge Joe Dredd. We all love Judge Joe Dredd. All of a sudden, this motherfucker coming out, walking him out to the ring in a suit. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you?
Brian doing his best
And then after-
mankind impersonation.
And then after we dug a little deeper, we find out that he used to run the social media for Circle 6.
What?
Yeah. That's what Jury was doing before he became Jury. Okay, so I'm like, okay. So we don't know this guy. He's in the locker
Fuck is
room
this guy?
sniffing around everybody's
happening?
fucking jock strap. And he used to be Circle 6's social media. I want him out. I want him out. I want him out right now. But everyone wants to be like, oh, yeah. You'll see. You'll see. Mark my words. You got to make sure you let the right ones in. And Judge Joe Dredd, we co-sign him. We like what he brings to the table. Who the fuck is this?
Well, that's Judge, but is he not associated? He just being associated with Judge doesn't give him mojo.
No,
No,
not from the old school way
right.
of coming up. Okay, that's just like saying like, oh, this is the promoter's girlfriend. She can handle the money. What?
All right. Final question from Matt McHugh, member in the chat. Love you. Hey, by the way, guys, if you want to support the channel, you can become a member for $2.99. I haven't really been doing a lot of the behind the scenes posts lately for the members only, but that's because I've been working on this XPW vlog that I promised you was going to be fucking dope. And you're probably going to get like a long version as a member, and you're going to get a short version as a just a regular subscriber. So you know what I'm doing? I'm going to do the music for the shorter version, non-copyright. You know what I mean? So we could so we could be fine. But then the members only version, I'm going to go old school and like choose a song that speaks to me, which is the way, which is the true Bullies way.
Of course.
But for modern day reasons, we got to do like probably just a slug song.
My favorite part.
Well, not only do I want to get to your favorite part, but we were just talking about Circle 6 was mentioned, and we kind of, I guess, took a divisive stance in this week's program because
I was for it.
We decided that Kevin Gill had a scheduling issue, which, by the way, I just want to go on record as saying that my sources were correct. My little birdie hit the nail on the head. Was it a self-fulfilling prophecy? You be the judge. But I heard from a little birdie that Kevin Gill weren't going to come on the show.
Wait, he ain't coming. Gil ain't coming.
We'll
2 days later.
We will see in 2024. 2024 will be a telling year.
And then it was a scheduling issue.
So you know what? When I saw the weeks of guests and we got to the Kevin Gill week, is when I was like, hey guys, come on. What are we doing here? No disrespect to Kevin Gill at all.
Yeah, to be fair, I think that it would have been a good. I think it would have been an interesting interview, just because of all the Kevin Gill lore on this show.
I wanted to have him on to apologize to him. Actually,
it's just what it will happen. It's going to happen.
It goes without saying that all of our interviews are going to be really good interviews.
I agree.
Yeah, but we just we were having so many of them so frequently that eventually it's just
it's nice to get the breaks, and it shows us that we don't need a guest every goddamn week.
I just got a great idea.
Dude, the picture with every guest that we've had since is a legendary photo.
And who do we have on next week, Brian?
Your sworn enemy.
My sworn enemy? That's not true.
This one's even worse than Slava because you've gone on this show and called him disgusting. He killed my mother. He killed my mother with his comment.
So, I never had anything against Slava.
Right.
And
but
when I went to the show in November, I had a great conversation with Slava. And it's all cleared up. But yes, I did call the body disgusting and lame.
You hate what he does.
On the show. Not a fan. And you pushed and pushed. And the more, just like the night that you got mad at me, the more I got defensive, the more you wanted it to happen. So you got your wish. You got your retribution, Brian. Next week, we will have the body on the show.
All of his.
Are you happy? Are you excited?
Glory. I'm so excited. The last show of the year, dude.
Larry, what's your experience and impression of the body?
Ever.
I mean, he does it. He hasn't made one on me.
You did fuck his girlfriend, though, right?
The body is an impression all unto itself. And it's something that I think makes XPW a lot more special because you can only see him really at XPW. You can only get the body at XPW. So I didn't bang his girlfriend unless his girlfriend is that girl Lizzie.
I mean,
Um,
I've seen you get pretty turned on by ladies in the very wrestling ring that you announce in.
yeah.
Only the
And
elite.
you know what?
You were out of
And
tension,
and
Larry.
you know what? If the body's
Jesus
girlfriend
Christ.
was if the body's girlfriend was as aggressive as an Aunt Mickey or the girl Lizzie that I went on the blind date with back in 2005, then yeah, she probably could get it. But I
Well,
don't
the
ever think
body makes her seem pretty aggressive.
I've never been around her.
So next
Maybe
week
you
we
don't-
have the
maybe you don't
body.
even know.
I think it's a very funny idea from an Urca member that says Kevin Gill should come on and do a worked promo. Yo, that's a kind of funny idea. Like the people that we hate, we'll just invite them on to do a worked promo. We're like, oh, it's gonna be great. You come on in character, and it's gonna be awesome.
Dude, the body plays fucking Fortnite with my fiance Amanda, and he seems like he is exactly his character in real life. So whatever he comes on in is going to be what we get. You're going to like it.
Any word from Ian? Has his cat allergy cleared up? Jedi Joe. By the way, everyone tune in Thursdays at 8 for Here Comes the Lame with Jedi Joe and myself, which is a great program as well. Hey, Ian wants to call in. Oh, guys, Jedi Joe has Ian on the line. Should I patch him through? No, Jedi Joe, you know what? I think we're just waiting. We're waiting to reschedule.
No, I think he's kidding. He's making a Jedi joke.
Oh.
So.
But if you did have Ian, I'd say put him on.
Let's get to Larry's favorite part of the show, finally.
Super.
Which is where we read the comments from last week and we give away last week's giveaway. And what was that? What was that, Brian?
It's these very, very special Hanukkah dreidels. They light up and they sing Hanukkah songs when you spin them. I also, with my own hand, wrote the instructions how to play and what the symbols on the dreidel mean for all of you. And I signed it Juberg.
Brian, this might be...
And also with the stickers. And we uncovered the myth that there's nothing behind this sticker. They have printed backs with stories, but on the other side, if you peel the sticker, there will be just a white back. I'm not going to show you all of them again because it's annoying.
All right, so let's read the comments from last week's episode.
I just don't understand why they would design those stickers that way.
I mean,
someone lost their job. I hope someone lost their job.
They're from 1998.
Someone was just rushing something to market to compete with South Park.
Brian, I think that this might be our greatest giveaway yet. If I was a fan of the Bullies, I would have stopped at nothing to get your handwritten light-up dreidel.
That is pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, isn't that fucking dope? Come on.
But it's legible. It's legible. I like it.
No, it's just great. It's just so great, and I love it. Behind a Storyteller's Lens, our friends who actually filmed the XPW show that I was at in November, and we had a great time chatting. Steve B. New should have called in for this episode for Real Counsel.
Dude, you know who really wants to come on the show?
Who?
Andy Lawler, of the actual creator of Deathmatch Elite. I think that we should have him.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's. I think.
How many tickets can he sell?
Dude, I mean,
I'm just kidding.
A lot of people would come for Andy Lawler.
No, hey, he's on the show. 100%. Done. Let's do it, of course. Easily the worst show on the internet, and it's all thanks to you guys. Appreciate you. Sean's brother, Pork Chop Express, who was
my
at
partner
ICW.
In crime. That's my partner in crime at XPW shows.
And we will, by the way, go on to talk about Mick Foley at ICW at the Hart Ballroom, who was at XPW with us. The Hart Ballroom, and I saw that he was at ICW as well. Great times. Axel Knows 90 says that was a dope interview. You guys should do more character interviews like that before every XPW show. Wow. Larry, what do you think about that? Are you awake?
I'm with it.
Wesley Easter says,
I love the conversation.
Dude,
I love hearing that people loved it.
I think that's a great idea. Before every pay-per-view, we have a XPW superstar come do a character interview.
Superstar.
Superstar.
Wesley Easter.
Or XPW superstar. Damn it.
All right, Michael Cole. Wesley Easter gave 3 comments, which is going to go into one thing. It says, this episode was a weird one. Bring Mike on. Love Dread in the ring, but would have rather had an actual interview than him and Ponytail Ricky coming on it and screaming the whole time.
That's a fair statement.
Fair statement, duly noted.
People like the interviews because we ask them questions that don't have to do with their characters. You know what I mean? So it's like a different vibe.
And John Richter says, I hope to see some C6. Hey, after this episode and last week's, I don't think you're going to see any C6.
Dude, it's going to happen.
MLW, MCW, CCW stars on the show in 2024. But as always, I appreciate the show regardless. Happy holidays, homies.
I vote for Rich Swann. We should try to get Rich Swann as a guest from the CCW
Rich Swann
champion.
is a great friend.
Is he still the champion of CCW, or did that change? Do you know, Larry?
I believe he is still the reigning and defending.
It's been a minute. It's been a long reign.
So this is what happens
Almost
on the
a year.
fucking show, okay? When you comment on last week's episode, we put all your names into a Newport box and we draw them out and you win the thing from last week. So, if you want to win this week's giveaway, while I determine last week's giveaway, all you have to do is comment on this video after the fact. And you know what? I'm a little ashamed. We got 5 names on this list. There's no excuse not to drop a middle finger emoji or say something about the show to win free shipping on some items. Brian, what is the giveaway? Larry's favorite part of the show this week.
Well, this is our Christmas giveaway. So there's several giveaways. There's several items in this. It's all posters. For last week's giveaway, we did a poster, so I acquired tubes for shipping. So now the next few giveaways will probably be posters. And for Akira being on the top 200 of the LGBTQ wrestlers list, we're going to have this ICW poster. Or Invite versus Akira from the Circus Volume 5.
Oh, yeah.
Larry, you were there. I think Patrick, we might have been there too. I think, was this the event with New Jack?
Yeah, New Jack was there.
New Jack was here, alive and kicking.
Yeah,
New Jack was
and yelling at us for our Halloween shirt.
Right. Also, there was 2 events this week, so I'm giving away 2 posters, wrestling-wise, and it's the Broken, Beat, and Scarred poster from XPW. This is where Kit Osborne hits me in the head with a tube and hits me with his little hands, and then Tarzan pushes me, tosses me like a salad. So these 2 posters.
This may have been the poster where I was like, I need to be on the poster.
Brent, I'm trying to show
Irving Plaza heavy metal show posters.
Wow.
Nice.
My fiance works there, and I used to, and we get these posters from shows, and they hang them on the walls, and then we take them.
All right,
and you guys are going to get them.
We have a late comment from last week's episode from Bren. I have unearthed it. It was too hot for YouTube, but I found it. What in the absolute hell was that? How dare that guy comes on this show and does impersonation of a 1985 bad guy promo, LOL. The guy saying he's straight edge made me want to... I'm not going to read the rest of that, but
no,
you know,
read
that's
it. Bleep it out. Use expletive deletives. Expletive, what's the word?
You said it right.
And then I know it's like all blocked here. Like, what the hell is going on here? Oh, hold on.
I think this event is when Alex Colon won the championship.
This guy saying his straight edge made me want to break edge and drink gasoline. Brian, you little face stupid cup holding shit. How dare you make us suffer through this? Pat got a haircut and you ruined it. Now Christmas is canceled. The chat went full heel on the show and interview. It was beautiful, and that's why the chat is God. And then, Brian,
okay.
you said something potentially inappropriate that I deleted.
No, read it. No, read it. Read
no,
it.
I don't even know what it is. I deleted
Come on.
it.
I remember what I said. I said,
me.
how dare you? How dare you? That was entertaining. And that is not word for word, but I think that is close enough. Where I said, how dare you? That was entertaining, and you should enjoy it.
He says, I knew you'd respond, you teeny little shit. This is why we can't have nice things. The bull, more like bull of shit. Go clean Rob's turd stains in his toilet, you tiny bearded little cup holding.
Oh no! Is he talking to me, dude?
No, that's
he knew that I shaved. He knew that I shaved. I haven't been on this stream since I shaved. How do you know?
We both have little tiny beards now. Larry's
we are
all
tiny
lined up
beard
too.
crew. Dude, that just made me tight. I didn't know you responded to me. Damn it!
Wow, yo,
Bren, was that Bren?
Yep.
I like Bren. I like your comments.
Like your style.
I like your style, dude.
Like your style.
like his Musk.
Yeah, so all these posters are this week's giveaway. These are very special. These are honestly very special posters because we were not only at this show, but I was struck. I was struck at this show.
Brian, we don't care about this anymore. Show us last week's giveaways as I pull the things out of the new port.
It's the dreidel.
It's the dreidels.
The dreidel. And
with my handwritten instructions. Handwritten. Hand.
And
it's the XBW Extreme.
All right, here we go. Who's it gonna be? Oh,
yo, these fucking beatboxes are strong as fuck, guys.
Again, John Richter.
Yeah.
No, I was hoping for somebody new. John Richter's on like a winning streak, yo.
Okay, so all right, ask John Richter if it's okay if we pass
John Richter wants to trade for the posters. He's already said
most amount, so
he's already said he wants the
posters. It's almost like
posters.
it's the same way it used to be.
He doesn't want my dreidel? That's fucking rude, Richter.
Well, I don't know if he would rather...
The dreidel doesn't make you come?
I don't know if he would rather the posters than the dreidel, but he did just say in chat that he wanted the dreidel. I mean the posters.
I think John Richter deserves the dreidel just because of how much he fucks with bullies and how he stands by me in my dirty
it would be a pretty
comings.
sweet piece of memorabilia.
All right, John Richter, you now have the choice. Do you want the posters or do you want the dreidel?
And the card. He gets the dreidel and the cards, dude.
It's not rigged. It's all in the box, dude.
Dude, you can't. Dude, if this was Harry Potter and the Sorting Hat chooses someone, they don't get a choice. This is like the Newport box is like the Sorting Hat of Harry Potter. You don't get to choose.
All right, I'm deciding. John said he wants whatever, so I'm deciding. Brian, all those posters from this week or whatever, you give those to John because he donated $30 this week. And
that's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah, and he said he wanted the posters. I'm deciding for him. Just send him all those posters.
Super Chat used to get their pick.
This is who's going to get the dreidel.
Well, John Richter, I hope you like thrash metal because this is an overkill poster, a fucking creator poster, and an enslaved poster.
I'm mixing it so good too with my fingers. See what I'm doing here?
So we're doing so now the name that you're choosing.
I see you.
So now I have to give away more things next week, is what you're telling me.
Brian, calm down first.
Wait,
of all.
don't worry about
okay, you're really.
I'm drunk off I'm drunk off these beat boxes, dude.
Alex knows 90. You won the handwritten dreidel thing.
What was the comment? What was Alex knows 90's comment?
It was something disparaging towards you.
All
actually.
Right. Now you get my handwritten instructions for dreidel play.
Yeah, we could skip next week. You know what we'll do? We'll give away free advice.
We're not skipping anything. I think maybe I should go to the store and get a dildo, and that'll be our next week's giveaway.
Okay, Brian. If that's what you.
Well, you know what? I've got some things lying around here.
I made you laugh. What'd you say?
I've got some things lying around here we could give away.
But then you got to ship it too.
I'll do it. I can ship shit.
I have something around here I can.
We've been giving you something. I just want you guys to know we've been giving something away every week, and I've been shipping it for free for all of you. Put that in your noggins.
Look at this. This is a lanyard from Resorts World Casino.
Just in Vegas?
Stephen
It's
Jury
the
in the
Aqueduct.
chat, shout out. We were just commenting in
Fuck the
chat.
jury.
Steven
I want him
Jury.
out. Get him out. Pat, are you the admin?
I
of the
know. You
chat?
know what?
Let
Not
him
only
out.
not only am I not
Out.
the admin, I have
Steven
no
Jury, you're supposed to use
moderators.
a different name. You're
Out.
supposed to use your lesbian name.
Listen,
I haven't said.
Brian is like, oh, anyone
Stephanie
can come
Jury.
into Deathmatch Elite. Not
Well, I
our
mean,
chat.
it
I want him
is
out.
the First
Well,
Amendment.
Hey,
The
we're
First
supposed to
Amendment.
vote. This is a vote, Larry. You can't just you can't just be
Fuck cops,
and
cops.
you're not
Fuck.
Hitler.
When it comes
You're
to
not the
jury,
Hitler
I
of the
can.
chat.
When
This
it
is not a
comes to jury, I
dictatorship,
can.
Larry. This is not a dictatorship
Jury
in
just
the
got his
Boulevard
ass
Bullies.
in there. Motherfuckers worked for years. Years, Brian. What? All you gotta do is run someone's social media, then you can put a suit on and become a manager.
It's not easy
Pat,
to
I
run
want you
social media.
ringside right now.
It's not
at
easy to
House
run
of Glory.
social media.
That's
I
not
think,
how it works.
Okay, Larry, what would you say if Stephen Jury got bloodied? Would you say that Stephen Jury needs to be bloodied?
Well, I mean that's a step in the right direction.
So get that to get
When
this
Steven Jury
motherfucker
shows me
jumped
that he
into
had his
XPW.
ass put into the corner
It
and
can
chopped
bleed.
mercilessly by the size of someone like a Chris Hero or Chris Candido, and that didn't happen to him.
I feel like I
He's
can
not
have
He was
a
a
match.
journalist. He was a goddamn motherfucking journalist.
Yeah, but he's just a manager.
Yeah, you just want to give him a pass.
I'm not trying. I hate the dyke. I am a
Do you?
I am a dyke.
Then get him out of
Jesus
the chat.
Christ.
If you hate like I hate, then show it.
Well,
Don't just say, "Oh, everyone should get it." We
he
hate
wore
this
Boulevard Bullies
motherfucker. I want him
merchandise.
out.
He wore Boulevard Bullies merchandise.
So what?
Oh well,
Well,
then if he did that, then I have to give him a presidential pardon.
Oh, I'm gonna
Exactly.
wear it.
Presidential
No,
pardon.
Presidential pardons exist if you represent
Dude, you
Boulevard
can
Bullies.
say and
You know what,
do.
Brian? You're off in La La Land.
I'm
I ain't
wasting-
talking about
I'm
the
beat-
Academy
Beat
Awards, okay?
boxes. I also took a dab with this Puffco.
Yeah, well, you're dabbing away tonight, buddy.
Dude, Puffco, my
You
friend,
got
my
your
friend, my friend,
co-signing jury
John-
in the chat. That's the least likely bully thing you've ever done.
I'm
Well,
wasted.
that's
I'm off
debatable.
My rocker. I'm off my rocker. What else? Shut up, Patrick. God damn it.
Yeah, sweeping isn't that bullyish. We
Hey,
filmed the guy
hey,
sweeping.
Boulevard
filmed the guy
Bullies
sweeping,
were on that
and
goddamn
then eventually-
XPW
listen,
intro video.
Let me tell you something.
10
Let me tell you something.
times. I
You
counted
filmed-
it, dude. They replayed the XPW intro
You know what,
video
Ryan?
10
Ryan,
times, dude.
Brian, you filmed Jimmy Controversy sweeping. 3 years from now, he's the WWE champion. You
Jimmy
get filmed
Controversy?
sweeping. Look at Max. Max was
Maxwell-
filmed carrying barricades.
Well, Maxwell Jacob Freeman is probably a little less on the spectrum. And also a really good
God
Jew.
Damn it, Brian.
So
God.
I'm just saying.
He went into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Max.
Hey,
Going
Max.
into the
hey,
Jewish
shout out,
Entertainers
Max.
Hall
Shout
of
out,
Fame.
Max. Shout out,
Did
Max.
anybody
up there
watch the
with
movie? Did you
Seinfeld.
watch the movie?
December
No.
22nd it comes
I
out.
don't have any time to
didn't come
watch
out?
shit.
What do you think?
I
I'm going to
saw
be a
that-
mark and try to squirm my way into some pre-screening? I'll watch it on.
Oh, I
I'll
guess
watch it on
Mark- no,
stream.
Mark's right. Red
Yeah,
Shoes.
we'll
I saw
watch it
Red
on
Shoes.
Watch
Red
Wrestling.
Shoes made a
I'm sure
post
it's going to
about
be
the
on Watch
movie.
Wrestling.
He said it's a good movie, but it's not a great movie.
There's no. I've
Red
said this.
Shoes.
I
I
said
could have
this.
told you that.
I'm just saying.
There's no possible way that this movie is going to be better than The Wrestler. There's absolutely
not.
0%
Wrestler-
not.
Dude.
chance.
The Wrestler is
Zero.
real shit. Real shit. Well, that's not fair. That's not. You can't say that. That you didn't see it yet. And the Von Erichs are some real motherfuckers. No, you don't like the Von. You don't fuck with the Von Erich?
I feel like the story of the Von Erichs basically is encapsulated. Every tragic wrestling story is funneled directly into the Wrestler. So the Wrestler is the pinnacle and the best.
And based on the Necro Butcher.
Well, no, Necro Butcher is a nice little piece of business in there, but the whole
no.
movie's fucking great.
Necro Butcher on our show said that the Wrestler is based on his actual character and life. He was on this show.
Round and round, what comes around goes around.
Also had the match of the night at Merry Christmas 2 with JD Horror. Necro MAGA Butcher.
So what do you guys want to talk about? You guys want to get into this XPW boots on the ground type of thing? Or do you want to talk about what everyone's been asking us to talk about, which is Mick Foley appearing in ICW?
I say we go drama first.
Oh,
and
there
then
is
we go
deathmatch
boost.
drama this week?
Of course. There's deathmatch drama every day. If you're in Deathmatch Elite.
All right, so Brian, why don't you bring us into hour 2, where we will talk about deathmatch drama. We will talk about Mick Foley and ICW and the return of ICW to the Elks Lodge. We'll talk about Larry more so that he stays awake.
Shut up. I'm awake, y'all. I'm here. I'm here.
You're definitely here. You're definitely here.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, look at you.
Before the show
Let's
started,
go.
you were here.
I'm here.
So, Brian, why don't you
Sweating
take us away with deathmatch drama? And Larry, I want you to yell
There's
at
a lot-
Brian.
there's a
I'm
lot-
taking
there's
a
a lot
break from
going
yelling
on.
at Brian. You yell at him for a little bit.
First, I just want to comment on how the Heart Ballroom was definitely packed to the gills for ICW. But the crowd that was packed into that Heart Ballroom is maybe not the crowd that I would want to be around.
All right, Brian.
Hey,
All right.
Larry,
All
I'm not
right,
finished.
Brian.
I'm not finished.
Okay.
I'm not
Go
finished,
ahead.
Larry. The
Go ahead.
crowd that was at XPW Merry Christmas was littered with signs and flags. If you watch it, there might not have been as many people as ICW, but the people there were holding signs. If you watch ICW, they're holding their little phones. It looks like they're on a class trip to the freak show. And it's not my type of crowd.
That's a bad take, Brian.
That's my take. That's my take.
Larry,
Hey,
please,
I'm not
Larry,
finished.
please.
Can I just co-sign what Brian is saying, in as much as if you think about the original GCW crowd from Howl, and you saw how that crowd eventually turned to the Showboat people, two very different vibes from where it started to where it is now.
I'm going to tell you
And
right now, if I was screaming, I'm sorry, Larry, if I was screaming about come at this ICW show, people would have looked at me like I had 17 heads. It's a different non-adult crowd that is looking for different things. They're not, it's not a wrestling crowd.
You know, I don't think you're right, Brian.
That's fine.
Larry, do you
I'm
have
bad
anything to
take
add
pride.
to this? Before I start my dissertation, and in defense of ICW and their crowd, which I can't believe you're putting me in a position to do. But Larry, any final thoughts or comments about this? I mean, give me a reason to believe this bad take.
I think that the ICW crowd is very trained to know what to expect to happen and know where they fit in with the ICW machine. And a lot of that involves capturing moments.
Imagine if I showed up and put these on the chairs. I would have gotten thrown out if I taped these to the chairs at ICW.
It's becoming more of a rigid type of thing. And that makes it kind of like not as underground or cool.
Not even going to show the other one.
But this is what I'll say at the tail end of it, Brian. Whatever show I was the MC of is the show you would be in the crowd of.
We come for Larry.
If I was in front of those fucking ICW No Holds Barred, if Edith was still touching my bag, you'd be right in the Heart Ballroom with them.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna stop you right there. You opened my eyes to Roberto Negro and XPW. I didn't know about the Roberto show and didn't partake in XPW until you went and I saw. But since it happened, if you were to say leave, if you were to happen to leave XPW, I don't know if I would leave, because that blood and tits, baby, is where Jewberg belongs.
Wow.
And also,
nobody gives blood and tits like XPW gives blood and tits.
Well, and Brian,
God.
No, go. You please, Larry. You first.
Brian, I am going to say that one of the thrills of my career at this point is how much like sex I'm guaranteed to have intermingled with the wrestling that I'm announcing. Because I think that all of the wrestling shows kind of like set you on,
Are you
if
talking
you
about specifically
will. Like
XPW?
yes.
Right.
I mean, XPW is like the main thing that I do now.
You
and
were always
I'm
kind
get-
of doing the hot dog thing. You were kind of doing.
yeah,
You
but
were
now
kind
I'm
of.
getting I'm getting actual live pussy popping and fucking, tits, like tits.
And I'm also going to say right now that you might do the same thing in the show that will not be named. But the females that they get are no XPW porn stars. They have pregnant weirdos dancing.
Brian, what the
Brian.
fuck?
I'm sorry,
Listen, you listen
but that's
to
what
me.
the truth.
Hey, you listen to me.
Fuck.
Don't you yuck.
I'm sorry, Larry.
Okay? Because guess what? There's a category for pregnant bitches to do shit. Okay?
Yeah,
and you
but
know
I'm
what
s-
I'm talking
Yeah,
And
maybe,
you know
but
what?
maybe
not-
Well,
not
Schlack,
at the
I'm not
wrestling
gonna say-
show.
I'm
Do we
not
have a
going to say
Schlack
that
signal?
a person that would go in that category and watch that stuff, I'm not going to say you're a weirdo.
I have bigger tits than the pregnant lady at the show
Brian,
dancing.
Not everybody's
for the
looking at
love
them for
of
their tits.
God.
Blood and
Not everybody's a
tits.
tits person.
I'm sorry. Well, at the people at XPW want blood and tits, not pregnant
They
ladies
want
with no
sex.
tits.
Hey guys,
They
welcome to
want
the
sex.
program. It's our final show. And I don't mean of the new year. I mean probably ever. Sean died. He had COVID.
Hey, you watch your tongue. That's your brother you're talking about.
Yo,
Hey, the body killed my mother.
I'm gonna
with his
say
He's not
something.
in her.
I'm gonna
And
try
then
to
she
say something.
died, dude.
I've drank a few beers. We've been having a great time on the show, and there's plenty more to talk about. But I have to say something. Just, you know what? Listen, I'm not going to go in defense of ICW, but I'm going to say that I think that I think that to call those 200 to say that 200 casual fans versus 75 hardcore fans when talking about the difference between ICW and XPW is a little short-sighted. You know, hey, if you want to say, yo, dude, I live for this, I'd rather wrestle here in front of these rabid fucking fans than like in a packed arena full of casuals. That's okay. But to compare that to like ICW to XPW would be short-sighted. And I think to discount what ICW did in the Heart Ballroom would be bad business and very, very stupid. And
I'm not
also,
discounting.
I would say this. I think that even though maybe the numbers, let's just keep going off of what Stephen Jury said in the chat out, 200 versus 75.
Fuck the jury.
Let's just keep going off that number, 200 versus 75, right?
Jury said that.
And forget about streaming. Oh, well, Larry, I'm getting reports in the chat that the place was packed like a sardine can, and the
That's why everyone has
visuals that we
COVID. That's why
saw
everyone has
didn't even do
COVID.
it justice.
I mean, you could tell it was.
Yeah, but dude, it was packed to the
Wait,
gills, but they
wait,
couldn't
wait,
even
wait,
get a
wait.
decent chant. They couldn't even get a decent chant going.
Okay.
Half the time.
Listen,
It's not about who's there. Dude.
I'm not
I mean,
saying- I'm
I
not
guess
saying, but let me keep-
it's a business where you want to sell tickets.
it's a business.
Rob
Brian,
Black is
Brian,
doing the show for the
Brian.
people like me that
Brian,
want the blood in the tits.
Brian, you were really on one
Well,
tonight.
listen, what I'm just
It's
saying is
Christmas.
that you can take everything that you just said, which is that blood and tits and for people like you, but you could also like respect what happened and respect even, and use that as knowledge. And by the way, I think a lot of those casuals showed up there as like Rob Black and XPW hate and Brian Ginsberg haters just as much as they showed up as ICW lovers. I think a lot of those people
Any good
did
crowd
that
for
as well.
deathmatch is a good thing. But I wouldn't be, if I was in that crowd saying half the things that I say, they would look at me weird. I'm telling you, dude. They're a type of people that don't like people like me.
Well, I mean,
I guarantee it, dude. If I showed up with the rim job section and posted it on the chairs,
Brian,
the people would be angry at me.
No, I think
At
that's...
XPW, I'm free to frolic and be as I am. And people embrace it. It's not embraced.
All right, fine. I'm
ICW.
just saying that to compare one to the other in the same place, it's basically the same exact genre. I know it's two different bands, but it's basically the same fucking genre. I'm
It's
just
made
saying
for the
that,
woke
like,
people. It's woke.
If I may mention something that our good brother, the Deathmatch Doctor, Sean, said when we first saw images of how many people were in there, I wonder how many people bought tickets expecting to see Sammy versus Tremont at this show, which would have been a return to the Jersey area
you do say that, but a lot of people in that crowd were young and looked like they probably had no idea who the fuck Sammy Callahan is.
Well, I'll tell you this much.
It looked like a bunch
I
of kids
couldn't really
that
see into the crowd. The crowd was dark.
I mean, I seen pictures of the crowd, and it looks like a class field trip to the goddamn freak show. Is what I'm saying. They're holding their phones, trying to get clips for TikTok, and they look like kids. It's kids at the deathmatch show. And it's weird.
Know.
It's I
think
don't.
This is an atrocity of a take.
But I do not feel.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna find out.
It's not a tournament of death crowd. It's not a TOD crowd.
I mean, TOD, to be fair, had a lot of tourists. You know, and I was one of them. You know, doesn't mean it wasn't a good time.
Could they be the Army vet ticks?
What does that mean? The Army that ticks.
Jedi Joe says, so if Brian can't get his clout, the show and Fed sucks. Got it. LOL. Colton Ryder says, asses and seats is all that matters at the end of the day. I want to hear Sean's opinion of this. More importantly, the point is
they don't want you to be yourself. They want you to be who they want you to be.
Brian sounds like a boomer. XPW where the big boys play. LOL. Look at the adjective play.
They're calling me a boomer, Patrick.
What's strange, though, Sammy Callahan didn't show, but Ricky Shane Page he should have wrestled.
Should we talk about the ropes show and how that was completely empty? How their first time in 10 years putting back the ropes and not many people showed up in Queens, New York?
All right, so let's
The card was stacked. The card was stacked. Not many people were there for that. Everyone's just focused on the show that's packed.
Was there an ETU show as well?
The ETU show was before the Heart Ballroom show, I think. I don't think I don't think so. I think the ETU show was less packed, but the people were there for death. I guess it's a double-edged sword.
Let me ask you something.
People want the death. People want the death.
Let me ask you both something. Do you think that some of the people that were at the Heart Ballroom had the Iggy that Foley was going to be involved?
Oh, I think so. I think that the people who, got the appreciation post, the marks on the inside were told, and those people told
appreciation post. You noticed that little appreciation post? I noticed.
I think so. Yo, honestly, like I said, I got mad respect for what happened there that evening. And you know what? Mick Foley, Larry, we talked about it. Mick Foley not only took a bump, but he took an offensive maneuver bump. Like, he could have just given this motherfucker the sock, dude.
He chose not to give it. He took out the sock, threw the sock away, and picked up the barbed wire bat.
Imagine having a field trip to TOD. Right, that's like basically being tourists for this shit is what Blvd Bullies are built on.
We were supposed to go to TOD.
I never wanted to be the Bad Take Bri of XPW or the Mittens or Bocce Boys of ICW. I just wanted to always be Blvd Bullies.
Don't compare me, goddammit. Different
Larry,
vibe.
What do you think?
You don't understand vibes. It's a different vibe, dude. It's just different. It's not the same, man. I'm offensive. I live to offend and make people upset. And if you can't handle offensive comedy, fuck you. But the people on that side in that appreciation post are very PC. They try to stay on a side of the guardrail that I don't want to be on. I want to offend people. And that's just make what I enjoy.
Hey,
okay, Brian. Okay.
Hey, Larry, you had a very interesting opinion. We were talking in the group chat. Listen, this opinion or this appearance by Mick Foley was kind of legendary. To appear in the chains, you can't deny that it's a big deal. And we were talking about it, just like the entire wrestling world was talking about it. And we were saying, man, how much did it cost? This guy gave a double arm DDT and a speech, and he's in the back taking pictures, giving advice, being a locker room coach. And Larry, you had an interesting conspiracy theory about Mick Foley's appearance.
Oh no, mine isn't a conspiracy. My shit is, if I say something in the group that's like what I heard, that's just what it is. It's not a conspiracy.
He's got a birdie. He's got a birdie. He's got a birdie.
Oh my
just
God, Larry! I didn't even mean to make it sound that serious. We were just saying that, like, how did Mick Foley do this? Like, what was his motivation? And then we're like, oh, he's got a long-standing friendship with Jack.
He was also on GCW recently. Not very, but he was on.
I did see him at a table with a bunch of 8x10s in front of him, and it looked like he was in the process of signing a number of them when someone grabbed the opportunity to stand around him and get like a group photo.
Lightning round. I want everybody in the chat to participate in this as well.
He did it for the money.
Yeah. Okay, but we're gonna do Price is Right. Larry, you won the Price is Right Showcase Showdown. So we are all going to go around the table, including the chat, and we are going to say a number that we think it took for this appearance.
Want me to start? I'm going to start. I think that he did it for free because Danny DeMonto either gifted him exotic fish or told him that he was dying, and Mick Foley did it out of charity, out of the kindness of his heart. That's what I think.
Wow, so you're going $1. You're doing the Showcase Showdown.
I think no dollar. Mick Foley is a Long Island boy from New York and is happy to make a Christmas appearance dressed as Santa Claus. He is Santa. And if someone, I think Danny lied to him. I think there was a lie involved and told him that somebody is dying.
We are getting... Yo, that was my first thought. Like, was there some kind of Toys for Tots fucking thing going on or some shit?
I think there was a Tots for Toys going. A Toys for Tots.
Yo, we are getting a lot of... Is Mick Foley the billionaire backer?
He's frugal with his money. Mick Foley is a frugal boy. I don't know if he's giving out money, but he might just be doing
he also,
Santa
this is a great
appearances.
Point by Colton as well, who said he also said the F word. And, you know, Mick Foley is famous for not saying the F word. He said it at GCW.
He said, don't fuck with mittens.
And he said, don't fuck with mittens.
As Santa, dressed as Santa, dropped an F-bomb.
He was doctoring the boys. He has a photo of him applying a cold compress to Dr. Redacta's head. John Richter says Jim Cornette's going to have a seizure when he hears about this. Who sponsored Foley? Danny doesn't have the money. It was a Christmas miracle.
It was probably the appreciation post. That was why there was appreciation post.
Logan says 10,000. The Roach says, I bet he took a pay cut and did it for Tara. Who's Tara?
Is Tara like what they put in fucking bubble tea? Tara? Oh, you meant you said Tara, the name.
Oh,
like female name.
Tara is the amazing female wrestler from Canada who wears the Joker face paint.
Tara Zepp.
Tara Zepp. There you go.
She wrestled.
She's a friend on Twitter.
She's the one that beat John Wayne Murdoch.
Yes,
and got the assist
yes.
Mick Foley. She got.
I apologize. I didn't realize.
Do you know what I think? Do you know what I think it was?
What?
You know how the wrestling universe
Mick Foley doesn't.
You know how the wrestling universe does those like weekends where it's like this guy at the wrestling universe.
The signings. Right.
Yeah, the signings. They got Foley for one of those signings, but instead of doing it at the wrestling universe, they were like, we're going to have you do the signing at a show that's going on in Newark. And maybe if you are feeling it, we can throw the Santa Claus outfit on you, and just to
I
get
think
people.
once they threw in Santa Claus and told Mick Foley that he can come make an appearance as Santa, he was just for it. Because
No,
Was
I
just
Foley
think the
around?
loves Santa.
appearance. I think the appearance was a signing. They went through his agent to get him to do a signing, but it wasn't at the Wrestling Universe. It was going to be at a show, like how sometimes like a wrestler will just be in the corner of a show. There'll be a show at the Elks Lodge, and they'll, fucking whoever will be in the corner. That's what it was. But they were like, hey, Jack's doing the signing. Jack.
I feel
You
terrible.
wanna do
This show
something-
is terrible. I'm terrible. I
No, you're not.
want to apologize because I said who's Tara, and then now that I'm realizing, I listen. I like every single photo that she posts on Twitter, so it was out of line, and I'm probably going to continue to. Don't look at the Boulevard Bullies likes
God.
because I will continue to like. She's a great wrestler, great
Really?
person.
Who's Tara?
Yeah, that was a massive miscalculation by me. I apologize.
It's okay. Let's talk about me.
And
Hey,
number
guys,
two,
I only have
somebody's saying in the
I-
chat
I-
here.
I only have 10% phone left.
Okay, let's
only
keep
have
going.
10% phone
Hey,
left.
30
whatever
minutes
he
should be
did, he donated all his merch money to SPO's little girl for Christmas. Mick Foley, Santa Claus. Hey, so maybe it was a very expertly worded email about the SPO situation.
Oh, right. Right.
And Jack and Mick are close. Mick
He
does the
used
Jack
death.
stuff.
Do you see that they used a death to acquire the man?
No, you don't know that. That's just something that was said. He gave the money.
Who said that though? Who said that?
It's a source. It's an unnamed source.
A birdie.
No, okay.
Tara
Well, you
Zephyros,
can't
great
believe
fucking
everything
story
you
she
hear.
has. She is a warrior in life. Oh, well, that's great. In the end, it didn't matter because the stream was shit, as usual. If you watch Foley's appearance, it didn't even air. Larry, that's the conspiracy I was talking about.
How they purposely screwed up the stream so nobody saw Foley on the stream.
Larry, could you tell us what you were pontificating to us?
Well, sometimes there have been times where Brett has been able to acquire a WWE guy that's an NXT guy, and he's been able to get them on his show. Or Gabe, who used to do the WWN live shows, will get an NXT guy and he'll get them on the show. And when the live stream of the WWE guy is on, they have to cut it or show an old match. They can't show the contracted guy to WWE on anything that is generating some sort of revenue, like a live stream for $14.99. So part of the deal may have been Foley was like, yeah, I'll do this. Let's have fun. But it's got to be during the intermission or something, or when the cameras are dark,
That's,
after the show type deal.
John Richter's right on the same page as you. I'm almost sure the stream went down on purpose because Mick is the host of Hidden Treasures. He replaced Top Dollar as the host of Hidden Treasures. And there's only
you
one
watch the
person.
replay. If you watch the replay, is it not fine?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
If you watch the replay, I feel like it's fine. That's because the same thing happens sometimes on XPW where there might be some technical difficulties, but if you watch the replay, everything is usually more crisp and clean.
Apparently, it was said on the stream, and Evolve used to do it. They would always cut. So we're getting conflicting reports from sources.
But Brian, it's about it being live. It's not about the after it being repurposed.
Oh no, I get it.
Making money. It's the live.
For IWTV, it's also you don't pay per pay-per-view. You pay for the subscription.
Anything that is generating something off of the likeness Mick Foley is a problem with whoever he is contracted to.
You know what's fucking crazy, actually? What's crazy is and who knows the timing? Maybe the promoter had an idea of how many tickets were pre-sold. So then it was wow, this is great. Let me spend this money. But the idea of having that caliber of star on your show and that caliber of interaction that he would even commit to the workers in your fucking promotion, to do that as a surprise and not put him on the poster, that's kind of huge balls. Because if you're going to spend $5,000 for Mick Foley or whatever.
It's
Even
not
if
his money,
oh, it's
dude.
the friend price. Oh, it's a friend price.
Bro.
$1,500. I'm gonna donate it. Whatever. Just to spend that money, to spend that time. Because in these small
but what if it's not him spending that money? Sorry,
everything counts. Every dollar counts. Every second counts when you're running a fucking small business. You know what I'm saying? So like to do that money with no motivation to sell more tickets, to commit that to Foley or whatever agreement, anything other than free, that's kind of balls. And even if it was for free, even if it was for charity, not to sell out and put them on the flyer to sell more shit, I gotta give it up.
Yeah, but DeMonto he's getting these people to help him. It's not DeMonto spending the money. It's the marks that are helping him.
So you think it was sponsored? You think the Bocce's and the whoever's, and that's why we got photos. That's why we got.
I'm not saying it was or wasn't. I do think that it definitely wasn't DeMonto. I don't think DeMonto's coming out of pocket for Mick Foley. I think he's getting help, piggybacking. He's on the backs of other boys. And that's just what the man does.
Yeah, but isn't that what it's all about? I mean, even VXS, Isaac got a new backer.
Who's Rob Black piggybacking off of? He's spending his own money to put on the shows with blood and tits that people like me want to see. Not getting piggybacked.
All right, but you're indoctrinated, so your opinion.
I think you're working, Brian, up. I think we need to. I have about 8% left on my phone, so maybe I should just go.
So, Larry, why don't you talk to us about your boots on the ground experience of XPW in California when you did show up? How did it go? How was everything? And you can just let your phone die and drift away if you like.
Well, luckily, I guess I got there not too late. I got there at 9:00 and the show started, I guess, a little after 8. So only 2 matches had gone on. Brian, you just revealed to me that the first match just had no commentary. One of the wrestlers, I'm not going to name him, did the announcements from the backstage area until I got there. Rob Black said, I've got commercials going on right now, so you can get your shit together. That's what he said to me from Gorilla. He said, I've got commercials going on right now, so you can get your shit together. And everyone was coming up trying to like hug me and show me love and be like, oh, we're so glad you're here. Thank God you're here. But of course, I'm taking my pants off. I'm dropping my bag down. I'm like getting this off and like, oh yeah, hey Jasmine and everything. And Rob's like, Larry, you gotta go. You gotta go. Like, stop talking to people. Go. And I'm like getting clothes on, no mirror.
You looked good.
Disgusting. And then the next thing I know, I was dressed. And they were sweeping some shit up, I guess. There was hardcore in that match before, so it gave me enough time, plus the commercials. I guess Rob was like running again. That probably was y'all. Smoking and shit. And someone had hit me up on my way over there and was like, what music do you want to come out to? So that kind of gave me the iggy that they were kind of like planning for my arrival and gonna like have me go out to my music. So I sent him the Slug Christ Blvd Bullies theme.
No, no. You're fucking kidding me,
this?
Larry. I didn't know this.
Oh, you didn't know this?
He told us.
Brian, can you confirm that Larry came out to Slug Christ?
That's what Michael Servino. You didn't see Michael Servino's post?
Well, I saw his post, but I thought he was just being his normal fucking stupid idiot self.
No, the stupid idiot was correct.
Well,
he was correct.
Wait, but he said in his post,
he didn't say it the right way.
He said
I came out to the Blvd Bullies theme
because it says Boulevard.
So it's not like somebody announced you as member of the Blvd Bullies, Larry Legend.
No, Larry comes out and but you do when you come out, you do drop the name of Blvd Bullies.
I said that's right, ladies and gentlemen, sponsored by the very Blvd Bullies.
Yes,
I said that my appearance tonight is sponsored by the Blvd Bullies.
Which probably made Rob even angrier since it was sponsored by him and you missed the flight that he sponsored.
I don't give a fuck.
No, Larry, don't say that. Don't say that. I didn't realize.
You're very sorry,
you were
Larry.
Announced as a member of the Blvd Bullies, not that you came out to the fucking dopest song.
I don't know what I was announced as, Pat, because I just put my shit on and was like putting my fucking lip gloss on and shit. Like, and they were saying my name, and I heard the slug cries, "Will you burn in hell forever, ever,
I'm gonna tell
ever."
you, I was watching
Yo, I love that.
for one coming night on streamxpw.com. I was watching, but I was also at work. I had this event on my work computer, so I had it on low volume, so I couldn't hear much. But I saw you come out and you looked amazing.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was one of those sort of like last minute dashes to get together, and I got together, and I was out there, and I had no idea what was going on. But the next person, all I knew was that I was bringing out Cat. That's all Rob said was like, "Bring out Cat."
That's a
And I was
legendary
like,
segment. She took a huge bump. She took a huge bump that she doesn't normally take. Right through a table she went.
By whose hands, Brian?
By the women's champion, Aunt Mickey Knuckles.
"My phone's gonna die soon, y'all. I just want to let you know."
You just go ahead and die.
So,
and
Larry,
it's
what
gonna be
was the
all right.
highlight of the evening for you at the XPW in Van Nuys, California?
Probably the deal with the Taylor Nicole, the porn star Taylor Nicole, who I guess I
Pussy
probably jerked
poppin'.
off to, a million times. I don't know these girls. I know all the guys. I hate to
Do you
say
know what
it,
he's
but I
referring
do.
to, Patrick? Do you know what he's referring to?
Why don't you walk me through it, Brian, just in case I'm
All right, Patrick.
misremembering?
There was a segment on this show where
It's always a segment.
Was it Jay Love or was it a different
Yeah,
lady?
it was J Love.
Who was the lady that
J
came
Love
out
is
with
the
two-
lady who's like the right to censor, but when it comes to like blood and tits, right?
So I think there was a
She
different lady.
doesn't want the porn girls in.
Right.
So there was
She's
Okay,
being-
I don't want all the. That's her thing. She is like,
Listen to me. Larry, listen to me. There was another lady that came out and did the whoring. She was dancing upon the fans. I don't think it was Jay Love. It was a different lady that was giving lap dances to fans. Larry, can you confirm this?
That was Taylor Nicole,
Taylor
Porn-
Nicole.
porn
Oh
star.
my God.
Okay.
Of,
Taylor
of
Nicole was giving lap dances to 3 lucky fans. 2 fans got complete lap dances and were very satisfied, only to be done on XPW, by the way. But on the 3rd lap dance, while this lady had her clam in the man's face,
my God.
doing a handstand clam in face.
Oh, Jesus
Man's
popping
face
on a handstand.
buried.
Pussy popping on a handstand.
Jay Love climbs into the ring and smashes the wide open clam with a tube.
Why do you say clam?
Because it's a better word than. Do you want me to use the word that I would have used to get demonetized?
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
You should appreciate clam usage.
So that was the Pat. Based off of what he just described, that was the highlight for me.
Okay. All right.
Because that's my Maury Povich moment, my Jerry Springer moment, like where I'm kind of like out there like Lawler. I'm on my Lawler, like there's stuff going on and I'm like kind of in there like, oh, what's going on here?
Dude, and it was good. It was good. It was a sexy segment that can only be seen on XPW. You won't get that.
Only thing I regret is I didn't have any White Claws. No Ron.
Larry,
no time.
Stephen
In
Jury
New Jersey,
is.
you're supplied with the goods.
What?
That's why
what
New
about
Jersey
him?
is supreme.
Stephen Jury is still in the chat hanging tough and saying Larry's highlight of the night was obviously commentating with me. He loved it a whole lot. Larry, my question to you is, where would you rank Stephen Jury on your commentating partners? You've done a lot with a lot of people.
Well, there was one point where Steven used his big voice. Everybody's got their big commentary voice. Struggle leans into his quite a bit. It's your, get down deep and hard and guttural. And he showed his ass.
We like to call it the he must be broken in half voice.
Indeed. Yes.
In the name of the Mother, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. Well, listen. He showed his ass a little bit next to Larry Legend, as they all do. They all show their ass a little bit, but he knew better than to really expose himself, lest he be spanked.
So give me a ranking. I was gonna say tell me where he ranks on your all-time partners, but give me just a 1 to 10 review of him. 10
Honest
being the
review.
best, 1 being the worst. Of
I'd
who
say
you
my
work-
favorite partner to do commentary with, MLJ, 10. Say right in the middle, we'd put Mimi. Down here,
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
Chris Kloss. I'd say Stephen Joey's underneath Chris Kloss, all the way down the
Wow.
bottom. You gotta tip the bottom of the barrel over and then scrape all the shit
Oh
off.
my goodness.
Pay your dues if you will.
And then there's Stephen Jury. Because here's my thing. To me, there was a fan that did the main event with me.
Wax.
Just as much of a reason to be up there commentating as Stephen Jury, if you ask my motherfucking ass, because I don't know Stephen Jury, just like I don't know this fan, but I know that they both love this shit. So why the fuck is Jury up here in a suit doing all this shit? Huh?
I also want to just say that the second time of having the fan come on to do commentary, the random person just come and do commentary, is very different and something that companies don't usually do.
Because it's a
That's
horrible idea.
But it's an interactive experience for the crowd and fans. You might not like think it's professional or normal, but it's different, and I think it's kind of awesome that they just let somebody like myself or John Richter go on to commentary.
Oh, because that's why you like it, because you could dream about one day landing that spot, just like Price is Right.
Why not? Dude, you're in a wrestling crowd to be in a show and scream at these fuckers putting on a show. And
It's like when Bruce
be in it,
Springsteen
why the
gives
fuck
his
not?
guitar to like a kid.
Exactly.
Like, I could be that kid.
Bro, musical shows have
Larry,
brought
how
on
does it feel
kids.
to be Bruce Springsteen giving your guitar to a kid, just doing make-a-wishes all over the world for civilians?
Well, you know, Pat, I kind of was like, as a kid watching wrestling, I was like, yo, it'd be really cool if like they just let one of the kids come up and do some
dude,
shit.
you know what?
Like,
I gotta be honest with you.
like,
one of my earliest wrestling memories is wanting to have and receive Bret Hart's glasses.
Like
That's
while
what
he's
I'm
coming
saying.
out, while he's doing his intro.
Yeah, and then even later in life, when I was sitting in the upper deck of the Elks Lodge main room, I so badly wanted to catch Sandman's beer cans. You know? Sandman's beer cans. So I understand that vibe. So I can't hate on that. I can't hate on that, because that's an early wrestling vibe. It's like wanting to get the Cody Rhodes weight belt, wanting to get whatever.
yeah.
Remember when we went to AEW and the man walked right down the steps and you gave him your beer?
Yo, do you know that last night at MSG he gave away one of the stage Christmas trees?
He just put it in the crowd.
After Raw went off the air, like the dark moment was like because he gives away like a table, or like he'll always give away like a chair. Like he's just
shout
like
out
doing
Cody
this
fucking Rhodes, dude.
because he's like the man. He just like loves his life now.
Shout out.
So he gave away one of the
Giveaways.
Christmas trees to one of the
My
ladies.
phone's about to die, so I don't know. You wanna just let me die, or
Yeah, you.
All right, do you want to
say-
just die, or do you want to say goodbye?
We'll say
I guess
goodbye
I
and then
will.
just die.
Wait, what time is it?
I feel like
How
if
much
you
time
were
are-
going to actually die, I would want to have like a moment for you to say goodbye, and we could tell each other we love each other, rather than you to like
That's what I
die
like to do.
suddenly
That's
in the
what
middle of a
yeah,
conversation.
just like all of a sudden I'm gone.
Yeah, that would be
That's what he's
sad.
trying to do. That's what he's trying to do.
Well, Larry, listen, I know that you're in your final moments, and I just want to say that I know that you
Fucking
had a hard
bitch.
weekend, and I know that sometimes things get tough, but I just want you to know that we love you, and we all appreciate you, and you know what? You came out to the Blvd Bullies theme, and you completely turned that show on its head.
Yeah, that's
And
gonna
you
be
know
on
what
the
you
little
deserve,
extra-
Larry? A nice bath and a nap.
Salts.
Yeah, I had a good time, y'all. This year, this was like my fifth
I did 5 LA shows this year, more than I've ever done in my entire career.
You know what? I'm gonna say this right now. I think XPW needs to stop going to LA.
I'll tell you this, Brian. I was just thinking that a New Year's resolution for myself, and you could jump on this, and Sean can as well. But next time there's a Van Nuys show, I think I want to maybe take a flight, go hang.
You're making me tight. Obviously, we want to.
Yo, the hotel is where the fights are.
Oh, great. Even better, dude. Anyway,
but no, to be honest, I think that honestly, they should stay out of California. Why go to California when the draws
right
and
after
the crowds
we go to a show there, they should never go there again. It should be the Blvd Bullies, Rest in Peace, California Bookings, Larry Legend presents Extravaganza.
Go put the nail in the coffin.
Nail in the Coffin. That's the name of the show. The Nail in the Coffin. Larry, can I just say before you pass away that I have absolutely loved every moment that I've ever spent with you. And from this show to our private conversations and everything you've done for me on a personal and professional level. When you pass away, I'm going to be right there heckling whoever chooses to do your eulogy. And I hope it's Brett Lauderdale. You know who it probably will be? You know who it probably will be? Danny DeMonto will be the first one. He'll be the first fucking one, dude. Danny will be like the Jackie O of your funeral, Larry.
Larry, I'm sorry. This was the start. This was the start of it all, guys. Larry's first
Larry's
first XPW show.
Yo, did I tell you Danny once asked me that? He was like, if you died, who do you think would be like showing out the most at your funeral? I was like, probably you.
Yeah, because you're weird. Yo, you know what, Larry? Listen, I'm kind of like, I don't get listen, I was about to say I'm a low-key guy, which is not true.
No.
But I definitely don't get into grief battles, but I'll tell you this. When you do pass away, when your phone does die, I'm going to show up. I'm going to dig down deep and show up to your funeral, and I'm going to out Jackie O that motherfucker.
You better.
Danny.
You better.
Larry, Brian's going to have to push me in on a wheelchair 10 minutes late.
He might make me cry.
Dude, Danny's
going to have like this big widow's hat. My shit's going to be like that much bigger, dude. That's right. I promise you that.
You're gonna make me really die. Stop.
I'm gonna dive into your casket.
Right. This guy understands. The roach. The roach.
That scene would really play out. we get animated.
Like me and him are like jockeying for position to dive into your grave to see who can be more dramatic, who misses you more.
Okay.
All right. Brian, do you have any final words for Larry? You googly time.
Well, we come for Larry, and this is. I'm just going to show you this, Larry. This is where it all started. This was where me and you both busted our XPW hymens, and we haven't been looking back since.
Yeah. Here Comes Revenge. That was right around the time we lost SPO.
Yes, sir.
Well, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Should we end the show, or should we just hang up on Larry? I don't. What do you want to do?
Well, no. I mean, I
what
feel
else is there to talk about? Should we talk about mainstream? Is there anything to really what did Punk do?
We didn't even finish talking about the XPW event, but I haven't.
The highlight for me was the girls. The highlight was for the girls. But how about you, Bri? What was the highlight for you?
The highlight for me was probably JD Horror versus MAGA Butcher.
MAGA's always a highlight.
Dude, because he uses those fucking guardrails and he got smashed in the face
best.
with a goddamn beer bottle, and the sound makes you want to vomit.
Yeah. He's still the best.
It's the best shit. And any Necro Butcher or MAGA Butcher match is a must-see match.
I couldn't agree more. And, you know, my opinion means nothing because I just have a passive type of favorite. But MAGA Butcher was my favorite years ago. And in this final quarter of the year and going into 2024, he is my favorite again. You know, maybe Matt was there for a minute. I did love myself some Ricky Shane Page in the heyday.
Who's Matt? Matt Tremont.
You know what I mean? They've all made me feel great things. Nick Gage, Schlack. But I think that right now, for my money, it's got to be MAGA. It's got to be MAGA. That guardrail display that he put on in November was amazing. You're telling me that he did a similar thing? I'm going to tell you that the match that we saw with Chuck Stein is like a match of the year contender. Ah, well, yeah. I'm going to say the image of him coming off the top rope with the barricade, but this was very close to that. He did the match again, basically. He did the match again, but not a little less, but just as good. Just as good. My favorite match of the night for sure. Yeah, I got mad love for the MAGA. Larry, tell us about your interactions with MAGA on the show. Did you chat? Did you announce that match?
You know, he comforted me a lot in the back because, you know, I was really down on myself for being.
Was he not late as well? Was MAGA late as well?
Would you let me finish the story, Brian?
I'm drunk. I have beatboxes.
Would you let me finish the story?
Yeah.
He comforted me in the back because, you know, I was very down on myself for being late. And he kept reminding me that a lot of us, Larry, had problems getting here, not just you, me too. So he kind of was like, snap out of it, God damn it. You're here. And that's then, and let's fucking do the show. Locker room leader. And, you know...
oh, God, general.
And, you know, he carries now with him a Bluetooth speaker. And at the end of the shows, he plays it as he changes his clothes from red, white, and blue American flag sweatpants to just normal sweatpants.
There was I don't know what you would call it, a hootenanny, a hoedown.
Ooh,
of
was
sorts.
There now?
Well, I didn't get my camera out to film this because I thought it was disrespectful, but there were women. There were beautiful women.
Oh, geez.
There was beer, and that very Bluetooth speaker was playing like some of that, like, you know,
square dance and stuff.
Yeah, and like the girls, they knew the songs,
huh?
And they were singing MAGA, and he was drinking, and he was like, "Come on, Larry, act like you know the words. I know you don't."
He was living his Randy the Ram life, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And I was like, "What is it?" I was like, "What is life right now? It's cold, but we're in California. MAGA's singing, and there are beautiful
Was it cold?
women."
Was it very cold?
Yeah, it was cold that night. Yeah, the doors were open because they were loading out. But there was like a little mini, and then they retired to MAGA's room.
All right, before you guys leave,
yeah,
good.
Well,
you know what?
Let me tell this.
Good.
Let me tell this part.
Tell us.
Luckily for me, Aunt Mickey was like, "Larry, you're tired as shit. Go to my room and go to sleep." And I did. I was able to go to Aunt Mickey's room, and it was quiet. It was bloody, but it was quiet, and I get to sleep in the bloody bed.
Oh, I love that for you.
She's everybody's favorite aunt.
And Necro is everybody's favorite uncle.
Godfather, if you will.
The Godfather. Yo, I have a photo of him, and I asked his permission. I have a photo of him sitting in the corner of the hotel room, directly under that lamp.
Conducting court.
With just the beams of light beaming and his presence beaming. Mm-hmm. And you know that like that person who does the like Pollock splash paintings of like great wrestling moments. Have you seen this shit on like Instagram or Twitter? I'll have to pull it up for next week. But yo, it's so dope. It's just like, you know, kind of like I don't know what you would call it, watercolor or whatever the fuck. It's so dope. But I want to commission this lady to do a Necro Butcher sitting under the lamp photo for me.
Giveaways. I gotta go because I'm about to.
All right, bye, Larry. Bye, Larry. Rest in peace, Larry.
Y'all. I love y'all.
Next week with the body. Next week with the body.
We up there with the nasty fucking body. I can't wait.
Bye, Larry.
Bye. Love y'all. See you.
Let's do this now.
Look, it's like just like the old days, Patrick. It's me and you, like Abbott and Costello.
Great. So I want to kind of ask you about, I don't even know what to do with this chat box here. I wanted to ask you
I'm
about
too big. Look at me.
XPW.
I'm too big. I'm too big. I see myself way too big compared to you. You look like a little fucking Oompa Loompa next to me.
Yeah.
You should be bigger. You should be bigger than me.
No, how about
You're the
okay,
host.
I'll make you want me to make myself bigger?
Yeah.
Or like here. Then we'll move you like over here. Think about that.
I have a lag. I have a lag. I can't see it yet.
There we go.
That's better.
Brian,
That's better.
how drunk, on a scale of 1 to 10, how drunk did you get off those juice boxes?
Dude, these beat boxes are dangerous boys. I also took a dab with this Puffco.
Right. Well, I mean, that's like not the best decision either.
I thought it was a great show. It's
Yeah,
Christmas.
I mean,
It's fucking Christmas, dude. We got Santa, Mick Foley. You didn't bury Mick Foley like you said you were gonna.
oh, yeah, you know what it is? I'm going to be honest with you right now. I was going to bury him. But then,
You were on
like,
his side. You were on Santa's side.
well, no, but then you know what happened? All these like people in the chat, and then there were some people even like kind of messaged Blvd Bullies on the DL. We're talking about this like Mick Foley being like, socially invested in the role that he had. Do you know what I'm saying, Brian? He was not financially invested and not professionally invested, but I've been hearing a lot that he was socially invested.
What would you go as far as saying he was emotionally invested? Being Santa Claus and being able to, dude, I'm being serious. Like being able to go to a deathmatch show dressed as Santa Claus for the death of somebody. SPO, shout out SPO. He was able to do many things that are positive. Why wouldn't he do them?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I completely agree with you. And if I had to rank top 4, if I had to rank Mount Rushmore of human beings, like just things in my entire life, Mick Foley's got to be on that. It's got to be like
Dude,
Mick Foley.
Friend of the Bullies, dude. We handed him a Blvd Bullies shirt, and he loved it so much.
And you know what? We skipped the entire line, and when we walked through the front door, he went, "Oh, Blvd Bullies."
He knew.
From like
he
across the room.
Already knew, dude.
So now he's
a
gonna
real
be mad. He's going to be
mensch.
mad about everything we said about him on the show. Then.
I don't think he will be mad. I think Santa Claus, the actual Santa Claus, Mick Foley, that exists in real life, is not mad about anything, and embraces anything that's said about him. Doesn't give a shit, and he's fucking Mick Foley, dude.
Should
Bang,
we get him
bang.
on the show to answer our hard-hitting journalistic questions?
Dude, I would say that's a message that Blvd Bullies has to send.
Oh, absolutely.
Not Brian Ginsburg.
You know, and Mick
I
Foley
think that it could
has
happen.
shared our very same art that New Jack wanted to sue us for.
Dude, I'm going to tell
And
you
has
that
like when Mick Foley retweets our T-shirt ad, we sell 100 T-shirts. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, he
like,
moves. He's a needle mover.
Yeah,
Foley is a needle
like,
mover. He is a legend.
And you think about it, like 30,000, almost 30,000 followers on Instagram. We post a T-shirt sale and pound it like every day for like a week. Boost the post, do stories with links, try to intercut it with like memes that get like 1 million views, and we still sell like 5 to 10 T-shirts. Whereas Mick Foley retweets us, we sell like 70 T-shirts. Insane.
Can I ask you a wrestling question?
Please do. Foley is God. Let's go, dude.
Do you think that it's silly that Tara Zepp beat John Wayne Murdoch, one of the top deathmatch wrestlers that exists today, just because Mick Foley came out to help her?
No, I don't. I think
No.
it's
You
completely
think- you-
logical. And I'll tell
Do
you
you
this.
think that the Mick Foley rub makes it okay?
The fact that nobody has capitalized on her and made her the next and better Kirk is crazy. And
Casey Kirk is a good story. That was a good story. Though.
but
Like Tara
I'm
Zepp
just
has
saying,
no
so
story.
like the fact that Danny snuffed it out makes sense to me, because Danny's just like, yo, and I would be the same way when I'm building my team. Like I would take like hunger and personality and youth and future and marketability over like, you know what I mean? Like that's the way you build a squad. And Danny's always been good at building the squad.
See,
but I won't discount Rob, because now Rob has
counterculture. It's literally counterculture. Like it's not. You don't market to what people want. You market to people what you like.
Yeah, but like if I was starting a promotion,
it's not starting. I guess it's restarting.
Well, I'm just saying
XPW
that, like,
existed since 1999.
I think that if you were gonna make somebody to, I don't know. What do you want me to tell you? I tried to explain it to you as best I fucking could.
You have to tell me that in that room, when you were there for your first time in XPW with me, losing your mind, you can't tell me that you didn't understand that it was a different, because you've been to ICW shows. It's a different vibe. And it's like going to ECW back in the day. It's like a bunch of crazy motherfuckers, dude.
I think that I and everybody who watches the Bullies believes that you feel that way.
I honestly do. I
know you do, and I love that. I love that for you. I love that for you.
But you don't feel me.
I mean, I had a fucking blast when I was there.
Mm-hmm.
But like, listen, for me and the way that I like to have fun, I don't care how many people are there. I like to look at how it's working. I like to fuck around and make our own shit, Like I don't really fuck around like I used to. You know what I mean? Like I want to see how it works. I like to walk around, talk to my boys, So
I get that it's a business. It's a business.
And if I would never do that at ICW, because like I hate being around Danny. But you know what? I'll tell you this. And not after me saying this, but I bet you I could fucking walk in there and be like, oh, hey. I just love wrestling.
They're pussies, god damn it. And I'm going to say right now, there's a difference between Tom Green and other motherfuckers. Like, if you're going to do Tom Green shit, it's just what you feel inside. You know what I'm saying? It's like different shit. People don't understand. And then certain people will fuck with you. And that's the people that you want to fuck with you. Like the people that fuck with your shit is who you want to fuck with you.
I'm gonna say this, Colton Ryder Holland, shout out. You've made a lot of great comments tonight. And listen, Larry's gone. It's just me and Brian. We're winding up, we're chilling out. It's the Christmas show. Brian's drinking juice drinks. You're drinking like Four Loko meets Capri Sun.
Oh, it's delicious.
But yeah, listen, Colton says a good point, and this is what I tried to bring up too. You have to make money to be profitable, and you can't alienate a big part of the niche fan base. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Deathmatch
itself, be niche versus niche. Like,
yeah, but Deathmatch itself is already a niche. It's already a niche, right. And he's doing niche for a niche within a niche. Because like ICW doesn't go past certain lines, if you know what I'm saying. Like they don't cross lines, and XPW does not give a fuck. And people are scared today, and that's why you don't see a lot of fans at XPW.
Right, exactly.
But that doesn't mean it shouldn't exist. He is trying to make something exist for people that like the shit.
No, that's great, but like, we need to like get more people in that door.
So what's you think he's just going to stop doing the offensive shit to try to get people in the door?
No. Just like I don't think you would never stop saying what you say on this pod.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to give a shit, and I'm going to continue to buy the shit. Other people like me, there's got to be people buying the streams that exist all over the world that are watching it. When I'm in one cummy night on streamxpw.com, I'm usually interacting with people that are foreign. It's like foreign people that it's like 4 a.m. where they are watching with me. It's a lot of foreign people watching XPW. And I think that matters.
Yo, I just love talking about it, and I love the passion and the thought and the fucking stories and the behind the scenes and you know, like the flights and the missed flights and the you know, the bongs and the beers and you know, and all the times. And you know, I kind of miss Necro Butcher a little bit, and I think I might send him a Facebook message and just say, hey.
Well, you're coming to February. You're coming to Alive and Kicking, are you not? I've already acquired tickets.
Smart.
Front row.
You wanted to get sold out and you couldn't get in.
No, you know what I do? I support what I love.
Uh-huh.
I buy things from things that I love because I used to be in a band and know that when you love something, you should support it.
You know what, Brian? Honestly, you are smart and you are right.
It's the hat.
Is it no, yeah, it's the hat. Anyway, I think that you have a good point, and I think that anybody out there should support the things that they love, unless the things that you love are enemies of us, in which case you should go up to them and offer your money and then snatch it back very quickly and tell them right to their face, deeply into their eyes, die slow. And you know, listen, some people say, why you tell me to die slow? That's so mean. That's so sad. What I'm telling you is live a long life of agony and failure and die slow, as slowly as fucking possible. I hope you live to be 120 years old, just like Kevin Gill, who unfortunately couldn't make it to the show tonight because he had prior obligations. Scheduling conflicts. But until then,
Patrick.
This world is a dark forest. And the only ones that you can trust are your mom and dad, Brian and PK from the Blvd Bullies. Merry Christmas to everybody except our enemies, in which case I hope you wake up Christmas morning and open up a package of Die Slow. And until that time happens, we'll see you next week. With the body out of time. Bye-bye.
Oh, so Christ, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.